Caitlin Collins, to her credit, CNN interviewed Bill Barr and asked about an anecdote that I had shared about a meeting he and I were both in the Oval Office, where Trump straight up said a staffer who leaked a story should be executed. And Bill Barr kind of danced, said, like, I don't recall that specific instance, but there were others where he talked about executing people. And I'm like, how you rationalize that is a person fit in sound judgment to be president of the United States. But I think it's perpetual. They're reading the tea leaves. They know there's a very real chance he's going to be president again, and there's not a lot of glory or like victory in being right, but being on the wrong side of Trump. I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. I really wanted to root for Nikki Haley. I think it was pathetic that she turned around and endorsed him. I think she knows better.
I definitely agree with that, but that was former White House Communications Director Alyssa Farah Griffin once again attempting to warn America that she, having served in the Trump administration, sat for months with Trump, saw him, heard him multiple times talk casually about executing people that angered him. And she doesn't understand why that doesn't bother people, and I'm same, honestly, I don't get why.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
But she mentioned Bill Barr, who was also there for even longer, who confirmed that this happened, but has been brushing it off ever since. Just in case you don't recall that, take a look.
Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's communications director, posted yesterday and said that you were present at a moment when Trump suggested executing the person who leaked information that he went to the White House bunker when those George Floyd protests were happening outside the White House. Do you remember that?
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it. I mean, it doesn't sound. The president would lose his temper and say things like that. I doubt he would have actually carried it out. I don't.
But he would say that on other occasions. You said
the president, the president had I think people sometimes took him too literally, and he would say things like similar to that in occasions to blow off steam. But I wouldn't take him literally every time he did it.
He wouldn't take him literally every time he did it. But wait, that means. So I guess he didn't say it about the whistleblower, but he did just routinely say that he wanted to execute people. But Francesca, I didn't take him literally that he was probably gonna do it.
Crazy if he did it. Are you gonna vote for him again? Well, yeah, of course, because Biden is a Marxist wokey. Wokey tokey. He wokes and tokes. I'm sorry. Bill Barr is the most just like morally vacant, but perfect specimen of like establishment MAGA. Like this guy will absolutely throw down with neo-fascism, real fascism any day of the week. Again, if it means he gets to keep more money, if it means we can normalize going after our political enemies. I mean, and this is the thing about, Trump finally being held accountable for the things that he did to his own damn self, right? Like falsifying his business records and then actually getting 34 felony counts for it and being found guilty, is that they're trying to make this all about Biden and the Democrats and the courts. And you're like, yeah, you're doing that because you want to run cover on some stuff that your own side has been saying for years they want to do. Now, I don't believe they would actually execute a leaker. Let's say someone like Alyssa Farah, right, reveals something about what she heard. But you could detain them. You could put them in jail. You could put them on house arrest. You could send people to stalk their homes. You could have, people tapping their phones. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that when you're in control of the executive branch, you can absolutely make people's lives a living hell. And I have no doubt that if he gets it back into the White House, he would do that to leakers.
Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.